The story of the Titanic. In the early 90s, there was a great excitement in the world of shipbuilding. The White Star Line, a prominent shipping company, was constructing a massive ship called the RMS Titanic. It was to be the largest and most luxurious ocean liner ever built. People called it the ship of dreams, and many believed it was unsinkable. The Titanic was designed by some of the best engineers and shipbuilders of the time. It was 882 feet long and had 9 decks. The ship was so big that it could carry over 2,200 passengers and crew members. It had advanced safety features for that time, like watertight compartments and remotely activated watertight doors. These features made many believe that the Titanic could never sink. Construction of the Titanic began in 1909 in Belfast, Northern Ireland, at the Harland and Wolff shipyard. Thousands of workers toiled for 3 years to complete this magnificent vessel. On May 31, 1911, the Titanic was launched into the water for the first time. It was an exciting day and many people came to watch. After the launch, the ship underwent several months of fitting out, during which the interiors were completed and the final touches were added. The Titanic was a marvel of modern engineering and luxury. Its interiors were lavishly decorated with fine wood paneling, elegant furniture, and beautiful artwork. The first class section had a grand staircase, a swimming pool, a gymnasium, and even a squash court. There were also luxurious dining rooms, lounges, and suites. The second class accommodations were also quite comfortable, with their own dining room, library, and smoking room. The third class or steerage was more basic but still better than many other ships of the time. It had dormitory style rooms and shared facilities. On April 10, 1912, the Titanic was ready for its maiden voyage. The ship was set to sail from Southampton, England to New York City, USA. The weather was clear and calm, and there was an air of excitement among the passengers and crew. Among the passengers were some of the wealthiest and the most influential people of the time. There was John Jacob Astor Ford, one of the richest men in the world, and his young wife, Madeline. The Titanic was commanded by Captain Edward John Smith, a highly experienced and respected seafarer. This voyage was to be his last before retirement. He was proud to be in charge of such a magnificent ship. The crew consisted of over 900 members, including officers, engineers, stewards, and other staff. They were all well trained and prepared for the journey ahead. As the Titanic sailed across the Atlantic Ocean, passengers enjoyed the many amenities and activities available on board. The weather remained calm and clear as the Titanic continued its journey. On April 14, 4 days into the voyage, the ship received several warnings about icebergs in the area. These warnings were sent via the Marconi wireless telegraph, a new technology at that time. The messages were received by the ship's wireless operators, Jack Phillips and Harold Bride. However, the warnings were not taken as seriously as they should have been. The ship maintained its speed of around 22 knots, which was close to its maximum speed. That evening, many passengers attended a formal dinner in the first class dining room. It was a lavish affair with fine food, music, and conversation. After dinner, some passengers went to the lounge to relax, while others retired to their cabins. The night was calm with a clear sky and a bright moon. At around 11:40 p.m., the lookouts in the Crow's Nest, Frederick Field and Reginald Lee saw a dark ship ahead. It was an iceberg directly in the path of the Titanic. They quickly rang the warning bell and telephoned the bridge to alert the officers. First Officer William Murdoch, who was in charge at the time, ordered the ship to turn hard to starboard and the engines to be reversed. However, it was too late. The Titanic struck the iceberg on its starboard side, causing a series of holes below the waterline. However, the iceberg had caused significant damage to the ship's hull. Water began to flood into the forward compartments. The Titanic's designer, Thomas Andrews, quickly assessed the damage. He realized that the ship was in serious trouble. The Titanic was designed to stay afloat with up to 4 flooded compartments, but the iceberg had breached 5. Andrews informed Captain Smith that the ship would sink in a few hours. Captain Smith ordered the crew to begin preparing the lifeboats and to wake the passengers. The Titanic had 20 lifeboats which could hold about 1,178 people. This was only enough for roughly half of those on board. This was because maritime safety regulations at the time were outdated and did not require enough lifeboats for all passengers. The crew began to load women and children into the lifeboats first, following the women and children first protocol. Many passengers were reluctant to leave the ship, still believing it was unsinkable. Some did not want to leave their loved ones behind, while others did not want to abandon their belongings. The crew had to convince them to get into the lifeboat. As the situation became more dire, the crew and passengers began to realize the full extent of the disaster. The ship's band, led by Wallace Hartley, played music to keep passengers calm. They continued to play even as the ship was sinking. Their bravery and dedication were later praised by survivors. Among the passengers, there were many acts of heroism and selfishness. John Jacob Astor helped his pregnant wife into a lifeboat and then stayed behind. As the lifeboats were launched, the Titanic's bow continued to sink deeper into the water. The ship's stern lifted higher into the air. The crew and passengers left on board struggled to find safety. Many were thrown into the freezing water as the ship's tilt became more severe. At around 2:20 a.m. on April 15, the Titanic broke apart and sank beneath the icy waters of the Atlantic Ocean. The ship had been at sea for just over 5 days. More than 1,500 people lost their lives in the disaster. Many of them froze to death in the cold water. Only about 700 people survived, most of them in the lifeboats. The sinking of the Titanic has remained a powerful and poignant story throughout the years. It has inspired countless books, movies, and documentaries. People are fascinated by the bravery and tragedy of those on board and the lessons learned from the disaster. The wreck of the Titanic was discovered in 1985 by oceanographer Robert Ballard. It lies over 12,000 feet below the surface of the Atlantic Ocean, serving as a hunting reminder of that faithful night. Despite the passage of time, the story of the Titanic continues to capture the imagination of people around the world. It is a tale of human ambition, courage, and the fragility of life. The legacy of the Titanic lives on, reminding us of the importance of safety, preparedness, and the resilience of the human spirit.